You know, I don't think people talk about this enough, or even pay any attention to this at all. From the title of this video, yes, I'm talking about Akaza, everybody's favorite snow cone. Disclaimer, this video will make it seem like I hate Akaza, but trust me, that's not true. He's actually one of my favorite characters in the series. Throughout watching Demon Slayer, and up until this latest season, I've noticed this character getting more and more upset as this show continues. Akaza hates being a demon and hates everyone, including himself. But why? Well, when we first meet Akaza, you can't really see the anger built up inside of him. He actually comes into the series on accident. This accident is what I like to call the Rengoku phase. This is the beginning of many major L's for Akaza. He apparently was on his way looking for the blue spider lily for Muzan and just so happened to be nearby when all this Mugen Train shit pops off. And man, can we please just act like Enmu never existed? Like, God, I hate this stupid fuck. Anyways, when Akaza shows up, Tanjiro even asks, like, bro, what the fuck is the Upper Moon Demon doing here? At this moment, I think Tanjiro knew, like, damn, the writers are about to make an example out of someone, and it can't be me because I'm the main character. Akaza appears and immediately tries to talk shit to Rengoku about being a weak human, which from this first exchange of words, we already can recognize Akaza's viewpoints. He loves being the strongest and he hates weaker people. Very basic. He claims Rengoku is weak because he's only human, and due to only being human, he can never defeat him. So he should just become a demon instead. Side Bleach story for a second. It's really quick. This reminds me of Ulquiorra from Bleach. He sits there the entire time talking trash to Ichigo about how he should just give up fighting and trying is useless because you're only human and you can't overcome your limits. So for that reason, you can never surpass me. Unfortunately for him, at that time, he was actually talking to the main character of this series, and Ichigo actually turns into a temporary demon and decides to obliterate him. I'm sorry, Ulquiorra. Lucky for Akaza, at this time, he's not spouting this strength bullshit to the main character. He's talking to the example character to show how strong the Upper Moons are. However, Rengoku immediately shits on his logic and explains to him that being strong isn't only a sense of the physical, but also mentally and spiritually as well. True strength comes from the courage and determination to protect the weak or something, and definitely not spamming all your runes into the strength stat. Akaza ignores this and does what most people do when they have no level 2 to their argument: jump straight to violence. I guess I'll have to kill you then, he says. If you can't beat them with words, just resort to overwhelming violence to get your point across. Unfortunately for Rengoku, he's not the main character at this time, so his talk no jutsu doesn't matter, and he ends up losing to Akaza and his overwhelming violence. Akaza actually toys with Rengoku most of this fight, but by the end, he ends up having to rip his arms off to avoid Rengoku fully cutting his head off. He runs away with a sword through his neck, and Rengoku is unfortunately left as a donut. RIP my nigga Rengoku. Small side L for Akaza here. From Tanjiro. Tanjiro lunges his sword at him with great accuracy, by the way. Nice shot, Tanjiro. And yells at him about how being a demon is cheating, you know, with that endless ability to heal. And if it was a fair fight, you would have gotten washed by Rengoku. This ends with Tanjiro calling him a coward and a loser for running away. Great job, Tanjiro. Akaza's next boiling point is what I call the Muzan phase. He shows up to Muzan's ugly fake family house. Muzan already has a bitchy attitude. He brags to Muzan that he wasn't able to find the blue spider lily, but he was able to catch a body on a Hashira in the process. Muzan instantly gets upset about this and tells him how a demon beating a human isn't all that impressive. Basically confirming what Tanjiro said about being a demon with endless heals. You're basically running around with God mode on. Yet somehow you still left the fight with no arms and a sword halfway through your neck. It's funny because Muzan claims a demon beating a human is an underwhelming outcome and brags about how humans are nothing and you shouldn't be proud of this win. Time out. Muzan, I'm pretty sure it's a human that had you spooked like this in the first place. Anyways, Muzan goes in to say to go there as an Upper Moon 3 and leave the fight running, looking like that, you've fallen so low that I might consider making you a lower moon, you useless bitch. Then just tells him to get the fuck out of my sight. After this scolding, Akaza feels weak again and promises that the next time he'll just beat the shit out of the main character instead. Lastly, this is a set of L's for Akaza. I like to call the upper moon phase. The upper moon meeting, actually. Akaza has to be the most disrespected person at this upper moon meeting. Akaza shows up to the upper moon meeting after hearing that Gyutaro was dead and is first greeted by Upper Moon 5, who already disrespects him by saying, "Wow, Akaza, good to see you. I thought for sure you would have gotten smoked by now." Basically saying Akaza is weak and not capable of holding his own. Akaza gets upset about this, but shrugs it off and asks Biwa Lady about Upper One. And before he could actually get his words off, he's basically interrupted rudely by Doma. Bruh, Doma has to be the #1 biggest walking L for Akaza. A little backstory here. Doma became a demon after Akaza, so in turn, he should be lower in rank than him. Doma climbed up the Upper Moon ranks and eventually challenged Akaza to a blood battle for the spot of Upper 2, beat him, thus claiming his spot, which is a huge L for Akaza. So when Doma shows up, Akaza already hates this dude. Akaza hates weaker people, which unfortunately in this situation, he's considered the weaker one and now has to hate himself. Doma comes out and basically starts disrespecting Akaza immediately. He tells him how he would be so sad if Akaza went out and got smoked by a Hashira. Basically, just like Upper 5, he doesn't believe in Akaza, he doesn't believe in Akaza's strength, and doesn't think he can manage on his own. Next, he begins to sexually assault Akaza by slowly caressing his shoulder and getting close to his backside. Akaza gets upset after being treated like a little bitch and decides to break Doma's jaw. I actually appreciate this hit because I personally don't like Doma. Anyways, Doma instantly heals this and compliments Akaza on how sexually muscular he is and how sexy that punch was. The problem here is that Doma didn't dodge this hit on purpose or even care about it because he treats Akaza like a joke and a little bitch because he knows Akaza is the weakling in this situation. Muzan comes back in and basically tells everyone how Akaza sucks for not finding the blue spider lily and calls all of them losers for not eliminating the entire Demon Slayer Corps. After this, Akaza decides that he's not done being angry about being treated like a bitch from Doma and knocks his head off again. Upper One decides it's his turn to make Akaza feel weak, jumps over and cuts his arm off, which was actually pretty appropriate in this situation because Akaza does get out of line a little too much. He tells Akaza like, bruh, Doma smoked you in a blood battle. If you feel so upset about being treated like a weakling, challenge him to a 1v1 and he'll smoke you again and you can go right back to being his little bitch like you've always been. Akaza gets angry again and threatens to kill every Upper Moon at this meeting. Upper One just gives him a, yeah, okay buddy, do your best, loser, because he's not worried about Akaza in the slightest. And nor is Doma because he treats him like a joke. To be honest, I made this video because I feel bad for Akaza. He wants to be the strongest character, but Slayers like Rengoku prove his idea of strength to be mentally flawed. He constantly gets yelled at and humiliated by the main character. His peers don't even take him serious, and one of them goes out of their way to sexually assault him and harass him every chance they get. And the only one he truly wants to make proud keeps calling him a failure and telling him that he shouldn't even exist. What a sad time for Akaza. I'm not sure what's to come in the future for him, but leave a like on the video. 1 like equals 1 point into Akaza's strength stat. Maybe we can make Akaza the strength character he truly wants to be. Bye!